Today's grid holds a message about connection. As I hold it here, take a moment to look at it. Let your eyes move naturally across the letters. There are multiple words hidden within this grid, but the first one that stands out to you is your entry point into the message. Don't search too hard, just notice. You can follow along as I reveal and decode each word in the order they appeared, or if you prefer, you can skip directly to your word using the timestamps in the description. And at the end, we'll step back and look at the collective message the grid forms as a whole. However you choose to enter, trust what you see first, as that's where your message begins. Now, if you need a bit more time to look at the grid, then feel free to pause the video here, as I'm going to start revealing the words as I saw them. Okay, so the first word that rises from the grid is passion, and it doesn't arrive quietly. Passion is heat, it is attention magnetized. It is something or someone that refuses to feel neutral. This isn't about chasing, it isn't about proving, it's about aliveness. As a 3, passion is expressive, it wants to move, it wants to be felt, shared and experienced. And sitting here in box 2 at the top of the grid, the place of response, it asks one thing: how will you answer what awakens you? Not with logic, not with caution, but with presence. There is something here that has already begun to stir: a glance, a memory, a desire, a possibility. Passion in this moment doesn't demand a declaration. It asks for engagement. Even the smallest step towards what feels warm changes the current. Something is alive here. The question isn't what is, the question is, will you meet it? You don't need to decide the future, just respond. Okay, the next word that reveals itself in the grid is ritual. Ritual is not routine. Routine fills time, ritual marks it. Ritual is what you return to on purpose. The gesture repeated, the space held open. The small act that says, this matters. As a 9, ritual carries depth. 9 is completion. 9 is perspective. 9 is love that has already learned something. This isn't infatuation, it's intention. And in box 5, the place of identity, ritual becomes personal. This is not about what anyone else expects. It is about what you choose to honour. What do you return to? What do you make sacred through repetition? Who or what has earned a place in your rhythm? In this placement, ritual shapes who you are becoming. What you choose to make room for becomes a part of who you are. So choose carefully what you return to, because repetition is how love becomes real. And the third word rising from the grid is wonder. Wonder is not surprise. It is the moment that your mind goes quiet because something feels larger than language. It is awe without grasping, curiosity without urgency, presence without control. As a 7, wonder turns inward. 7 doesn't rush towards answers, it deepens into awareness. It observes, it senses, it allows meaning to unfold slowly. And here, wonder is at the bottom of the grid, stretching across 8 and 9. And that's instinct, the subtle pull, the feeling before thought. And wisdom, the long view, the understanding that comes after time. You sense something, and somewhere deeper you know it carries weight. Not because it is dramatic, but because it lingers. This isn't fleeting excitement, it's the kind of awareness that asks you to slow down. In this part of the grid, wonder slows the pace. Don't rush this, let it breathe. Let it expand. Let meaning arrive in its own time. Some things deepen because they are not forced into definition. Okay. And the fourth word that I see in the grid is natural. Natural is what happens when nothing inside you is bracing. It's the ease that arrives when you stop adjusting yourself to fit, when you no longer edit your tone, when you no longer rehearse your response. Natural doesn't mean passive, it means aligned. As a 6, this is balance that sustains, care that flows both ways, connection that nourishes instead of depletes. And in box 5, the place of identity, this becomes deeply personal. This is about the version of you that does not need to perform in order to be chosen. If something feels natural, you can live inside it. If it feels constructed, you will eventually tire. This message is clear. What belongs to you will not require resistance. Let yourself notice where you can exhale. And it's the 5th word. I can't count. Okay, so the next word emerging is water. Water does not announce itself. It moves quietly. It adapts. It finds shape without losing what it is. Water doesn't force entry. It fills what is ready. As a Master 22, this is depth that builds, emotion with structure, sensitivity with strength, feeling that can carry weight. And in box 4, the foundation, this depth steadies, not flooding, not overwhelming. Closeness without collapse, vulnerability without fragility. Emotion is not weakness. When it is grounded, it becomes support. The right connection will not erode your foundations. It will strengthen them. Okay, and the next word that emerges is sensual. Sensual is not spectacle. It's awareness through the body, the warmth of skin, the texture of air, the way presence changes when someone is near. It is attention that lives in the senses rather than in the story. As a 1, sensual is direct. 1 is the self. 1 is clarity. 1 is experience without division. This is not about fantasy. It's about being fully here. Here, sensuality becomes personal truth. How do you feel in your own body? What do you notice when you stop projecting forward? Connection begins with presence. When you inhabit yourself honestly, desire doesn't need to perform. It simply registers. And the next word revealed is thankful. Thankful is not obligation, it is recognition. The moment you realize something is here and you allow yourself to value it. Not because it is flawless, not because it solved everything, but because it is real. As a 3, thankful wants expression. 3 does not hoard appreciation, it speaks it, it shows it, it lets it be known. Across boxes 1 to 5, Gratitude becomes foundational. Box 1, how you begin, and box 5, who you are. This is appreciation that shapes identity. Not I am grateful because I should be, but I begin from recognition. What you notice with care becomes part of how you show up. Gratitude is not a reaction, it's orientation. And the next word emerging from the grid is restful. Restful is not stopping, it is moving without strain, the absence of tightening, the absence of bracing, the absence of proving. Rest is not withdrawal, it is a balance. As a Master 11, restful carries quiet awareness. 11 heightens perception, but here it soothes rather than sharpens. This is clarity that calms the nervous system. And spanning boxes 4 and 2, restful connects foundation with response. Your base is steady, your movement is unforced. This is ease you can act from, not collapse, not avoidance, calm that allows forward motion. The right connection will not exhaust you. You can move toward it without losing your center. So the final word revealed in the word list is safe. Safe is not control, it is relief. It is the moment your body stops scanning for threat, the moment your shoulders lower, the moment you realize nothing here needs defending against. Safety is not possession, it is trust. As a 4, safe carries structure. 4 is stability, reliability, something that holds. And across boxes 8 and 9, this safety runs deep. Box 8 is instinct, box 9 wisdom. You feel it and you know it, not because someone convinced you, not because you analysed it, because your body recognises it. Here the message becomes, the right connection will not activate survival. It will feel steady, it will feel clear, it will feel like you can rest inside it. And as we step back from the grid and look at the message as a whole, a clear pattern emerges. It began with passion, the stirring of something alive, and it did not rush from there. Instead, feeling was given shape through ritual. It was allowed to deepen through wonder, and it was tested for authenticity, what feels natural, what carries emotional depth, and what can be fully inhabited in the body. And within puzzle divination, spirit words are subtle words that are not listed in the grid list. Threads that add texture without dominating the message. And the spirit word that appeared for me is pearl. To pearl is to weave. And that is exactly what this grid has shown. Not isolated moments, not dramatic declarations, but feeling woven into structure. Across this grid, the energy did not escalate, it settled. What began as spark became structure. What felt alive became intentional. What was stirred was given space to deepen. Nothing here was rushed. The master numbers speak quietly, not of drama, but of construction, something steady, something inhabitable, something that can hold weight without strain. This is not love that overwhelms, it is love that steadies, love you can rest inside. What remains is clarity. The grid is spent, this message is complete. If a word lingered for you, or if you discovered a spirit word of your own, let me know in the comments. And if you want to know more about how puzzle divination works and how each grid is decoded, there's a playlist link below where I walk through the method step by step. But until next time, decode, discover, divine.